Hello, hope you guys are doing well because I am not. I just uploaded a new video and it's probably one of my worst performing videos ever. Like in maybe in the last 12 months or something. And how do I feel? Like this is a very raw moment of mine and I actually really debated in my head whether to share this or not, but I was like, fuck it. Like it's currently 12:44 a.m. I can't talk about this to my friends. I don't really have anyone right now that I can talk about this that really understands this issue. But yeah, I was like, why am I always showing the highlights of my life? Why not show a real side of mine, right? How am I feeling? I'm feeling, I think, sad and disappointed and scared, probably. I sort of understand the reason why my views are down on my main channel. I think the reason is because, I focus too much on finance and YouTube related content. And I sort of, I think because of that. And the reason for that was I basically, needed money, essentially. And I created too much finance and YouTube related content because it was bringing views and the sponsorship money is really good for that. And at the beginning, it was really fun to talk about those. Then, because also I was, doing YouTube coaching and, promoting that, running that, taking care of the students, etc., takes a lot of time. I sort of stepped back from content creation, and the only times I would post was because of these sponsorships. And I feel like it took the joy from me, joy of creating content and sharing what I think and what's going on in my mind. And that's the reason why I basically created this channel too, because I genuinely enjoy talking to the camera. I think you can also feel it on the channel, right? It just feels like a little corporate, basically. There's no personal touch to the videos. And honestly, making the videos also felt like a job too. For example, this, no one is telling me to film this video, but I really want to share it because it's a genuine passion of mine. So I think on the main channel, you can really feel that corporate feeling and that I think connection. And maybe you guys also feel this, but I just look really distant. Even when I watch my video on the main channel, I'm like, ooh, professional. But it just feels distant. I am not also able to identify who that person is, let alone, you'll feel close to that person. And you might be thinking oh, but in your other video, you were saying that, oh, you can't be friends with your fans. So I think one thing that I probably need to fix, or one thing I need to clarify from my previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, I was basically talking about that how I can't be friends with so-called fans of mine and why we should never idealize people. But my definition of a fan is someone who is obsessed with that person. If you are categorizing someone who is genuinely supporting you as a fan, then maybe we have a different definition, because in my head, a fan is someone who's obsessed with that person and idealizes that person heavily. So maybe the Doja Cat's lyrics, I think Doja Cat is really right. Fans ain't dumb, but extremists are. Extremists and obsessed people. So I was basically talking about in my last video that why I can't be friends with people who are obsessed with me, and I'm just genuinely scared of it, and no one should be idealized someone else and no one should be obsessed over someone else. That's a summary of my previous video. So what was I saying? Okay, I remembered. So basically what I was saying was that it might feel fake to you, but personally, when I make a really, I think, authentic and open video, that almost I'm talking to my friend right now, almost we're FaceTiming right now, I also feel that connection. I don't know if you feel it. I say I also, but I'm just assuming that you feel it. And I feel that connection or that sense of belonging in our community, right? And when I make these corporate, distant kind of videos, I also feel very distant. It's such a weird feeling, actually, because I don't know how you feel, but I can still sense that. I don't know how the hell it works, actually. And it actually is not related to the number of views. For example, because this channel has very low amount of views, right? Compared to my main channel. But still, the connection that I have, I think, on this channel is much higher because I go through the comments, the depth of the comments, what you guys are sharing are much in depth and much better in terms of more personal compared to my main channel. Because on my main channel, people are oh, nice video, good video, thank you. But in this channel, it's more in depth. People are writing paragraphs and I'm reading them, every time I'm doing my toilet break. I read your comments and I like them. And I really enjoy it, honestly, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like keep posting on this channel. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I basically started to feel very distant towards it, and I'm going to fix it. Not necessarily fix it, but I'm going to make videos that I genuinely want to make rather than, oh, the sponsor's paying me, this, I gotta, you know, that kind of thing. And I was expecting that this video won't do well because of these reasons, and I just genuinely need to sit down and journal. I've been journaling a lot. I actually finished a journal just about like journaling about my channel and my future and what I want to do with my life, etc. Anyway, so what's the point? Oh my god, I'm so sleep deprived and I'm so not really okay right now that I can't even speak. So summary, my video did really well. I was expecting it, but I was not expecting it to this extent, and it made me almost cry. Why? I don't know. I think it's this like ultimate fear of like, oh, people are gonna forget me. This is the beginning of everything. I'm no longer doing well. I'm no longer successful. Therefore, I have no value. Like, bitch, what the hell? When I say these things out loud, it sounds so annoying. But that was just the thought process that I had like in the last 3 hours. I was like, nobody watches my videos anymore. I'm so boring. I'm so unoriginal. I have nothing to say. I am the worst YouTuber ever. This is the end of everything. This is the beginning of an end. My career is over. I'm gone. I'm gonna disappear in a few years. No one's gonna remember me. No one cares about me anyway. Ew. So annoying. Okay, maybe I shouldn't judge my own thoughts and own feelings. Okay, let's be more mature. It's okay that I feel that way. It's okay that I think that way right now. But I know the issue, which is a good step, right? Which is a good step. I know the issue. I know the core issue, why all these things happened. And I know what I want to do, and I know why I want to do it. And sure, not getting views is painful as a YouTuber, because it's a success metric, you know? It's just publicly YouTube is saying me that you are failing. Failure. But it's fine. I'm not dying. Yes, it's gonna impact my income hugely. I might not make as much money as I used to make, and I might not be as successful as I used to be, but that is not related to my value as a human being. This is something so hard to process for me, like, because for me, I always internalize success equals my value, people's value. If you're not successful, you're not valuable. Such a toxic way of thinking, right? But I don't know why I internalize that belief to myself, and I don't know why I'm so judgmental about it. Anyway, so I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do. I know it hurts. I know I'm disappointed, but it's fine. Not that it's gonna be okay, but it is what it is. It happens. Learn from your mistakes. Grow. It's not always fun, but does it mean I'm gonna quit? No, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna fucking quit. Oh, I got nauseous. This video, it doesn't even make sense. But I literally needed to film this video because I am so close to a mental breakdown. I worked on that video for such a long time. Is this the beginning of an end? I don't know. But I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna give my best. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna give everything I got, and then we'll see what happens. Like, literally, who's gonna watch this video and like... please. I'm fine. I'm actually much better right now. Nah, I'm not. Why am I forcing it? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not doing well, and it's fine. Sometimes we don't do well, and it's fine. Yeah, like, why am I forcing it? I'm not okay. I'm not okay, and I'm sad, and I'm disappointed. Why am I trying to change that? Yeah, I'm disappointed because my video didn't do well. It's the worst performing video that I ever had in the last 12 months, or even maybe in the last 2 years. But at the same time, it also means that there's only way up from here, or maybe even down. Who knows? But it's fine. I can learn. I'll learn my lesson. I'll adapt, and I'll grow. I'm not gonna quit. Even if my next video is gonna be even worse than this, I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna adapt. And 2 years from now, we're gonna be laughing at this video. Okay, this made me feel much better. I don't know whether you guys also do this, but I'm currently not depressed or anything, by the way. But a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't know how long it's been actually. I really lost the sense of time. But I was diagnosed with major depression, and I dealt with it for 7 years. But one thing that I really learned is whenever like these negative kind of thoughts come to my mind, I'm not going to say what kind of thoughts, but you got it. I always like say my thoughts aloud so that I can process them easier, so that I don't have this like downward spiral of negative thoughts, but I say them out loud and I process them. You know, it's going to be this, it's going to be this. And also another thing is, I think not denying my emotions. This is really hard for me to learn because I would always like logic out my emotions and say like, okay, I'm feeling this, but it doesn't matter. But then if you suppress your emotions a lot, then I think they appear even louder later, which can be not so healthy actually. So these days what I'm doing is if I'm feeling something negative, I say it out loud. And I say it out loud in a way that I feel, and then I always try to say like, oh, but it's okay, blah, blah. Like, no, it's not okay. I'm not feeling okay. That's a fact. Accept it, bitch. Like, why are you trying to lie to yourself? Be honest to yourself, really. And then I tell myself what I'm gonna do. And that really helped me. I don't know whether this is something also other people do, but you just watched me doing it. And I am feeling a bit better. I don't feel good, but a bit better. Because I was literally about to cry and I was like, oh my god, what I'm gonna do with my future. I'm fine. Like, I am not fine, but like I am fine, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep because I think the only thing that's gonna actually make me feel better is sleep right now. Anyway, good night. Sometimes you put tons of hours into something and it still flops. And it happens. But we gotta keep going.